please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, Supplemental. It's quite a rare occurrence that we here receive police body cam footage to support an inmate's incarceration within the ISO cubes. This is mostly because the fuzz, especially in America, are bigger knobs than us, and yes, we know they're compensating for having tiny wangs. Hello everyone, welcome to the Halls of Injustice. Today we welcome inmates number 166 to the ISO cubes. What makes this fascinating today is that we actually have police body cam footage of the arrest. I also have it on good authority. Somebody on YouTube is claiming it belongs to them. I'm still going to play it, and if they copyright strike, I'm going to take my 3D printed lawgiver, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up their Rudy. I don't need to finish that sentence, do I? Inmates number 166's name is Stephanie Melgoza. Stephanie Melgoza is going to be with us for quite some time, because Stephanie Melgoza has well and truly thrown away a considerable amount of her youth over something truly stupid and avoidable. Most crimes are, of course, avoidable. I guess it depends on the context that led you to commit the crime in the first place and how off your face you were when you committed it, which is also a context. For this video, we're going to talk a little bit, not so much, about who Stephanie Melgoza is, the crime that she committed, the trial, perhaps the law as well, and then the sentence. And then we'll pass our own one, for good measure. So who is inmates number 166, aka Stephanie Melgoza? Stephanie Melgoza is a 24-year-old Bradley graduate who lived in Farmington, Illinois. There are a lot of Farmingtons in the States. I have to specify Illinois for a reason. She did live with her parents, and I have to mention that as well because they'll feature in this later, especially because the police body cam footage makes its way onto social media and that in turn negatively impacts the rest of the family because of her actions. A vast swath of the internet's modus operandum is guilt by association. As far as who she is goes, this is all we have. We learn little bits here and there through what she did, the crime itself, and that is where we're going to have to go next. On the 10th of April 2022, Stephanie Melgoza was behind the wheel of her Dodge Dart when she struck Andrea Rosowitz of Avon, Ohio and Paul Prowett of Seattle. They were struck in the 3300 block of North Main Street around 10:15 p.m. When the police officer arrived from East Peoria, they found Stephanie Melgoza's car with heavy front end damage. The officer reported that she then slurred speech with red watery eyes. There was also a strong odor of alcohol on her as well. The speed limit for that particular area is 30 miles per hour. She was driving at 40. In her car was a bottle of Tito's vodka, a bag of cannabis, and a hitter pipe. She was then subjected to a field sobriety test. Fox News has the complete 9-minute version of it. I'm going to play a couple clips now.
My car, we don't have a line. We're going to pretend there's an invisible line straight from you to my license plate, okay? Can you see my license plate fine? Alright, that's the area we're going to shoot for. We're going to walk towards that, okay? What I want you to do is put your left foot down first. Okay. Now put your right foot in front of your left foot with your right heel touching your left toe just as I'm demonstrating. Go ahead and get in that position for me.
Can I show an example?
During this test, make sure you watch your feet at all times. Keep your arms straight down your side. Count out loud so I can hear you. Once you begin the test, do not stop until you have completed the test, okay?
9, turn around.
Yes. Do you understand my instructions?
I think so.
All right, go ahead and begin the test, okay?
1, 2, 3.
What was that?
During that sobriety test, she was laughing.
All right. That's what I want you to follow.
It's hard.
All right.
Okay.
She was quite clearly intoxicated, as if the breathalyzer did not give enough away.
The balloon, keep blowing until you hear the machine click, okay? Take a deep breath, long, hard, steady blow. A little bit harder for me, a little bit harder. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay. You're a Bradley student.
I graduate in 4 weeks.
You're a .264, okay?
She did not understand the gravity of the situation because of how hammered she was. A mixture of alcohol and drugs compromises the body. It really does, and she should not have been behind the wheel. She claimed she was going to miss her birthday, a Vegas party where there are no speed limits, but there's more video footage for that because she was transported to hospital next. And when she was there, she spoke, and the police officer tried to get her to understand then what was going on.
Oh, hey, you never answered me about my car. I have school tomorrow, so how do I get my car for tomorrow?
Well, your car is totaled.
It's what?
Your car is totaled.
Totaled?
Totaled, wrecked.
Okay, so how do I get it to your school tomorrow?
You don't.
So, I don't go to school tomorrow, is what you're telling me?
No, ma'am. You want me to be honest with you? You're going to jail. You don't have a bond. You killed 2 people tonight. I don't think you understand that. You do not have a bond. You are not getting out of jail. Your car is property of East Peoria Police Department because it's a crime scene. It killed 2 people tonight. You are clueless with that, clearly. I've already explained this to you. You're going to jail for reckless homicide tonight. You're going to jail for aggravated DUI for killing 2 people. That's what's going on. So no, you're not going to school tomorrow. You're not getting your car out of impound.
Can I have a Tuesday leave for my night class?
Did you just hear what I just told you?
Paul Prowant and Andrea Rosowitz did not survive, so when she was arrested, she was charged with reckless homicide. She was also charged for a DUI and for reckless driving. I should insert now, just so you understand the breathalyzer issue. She blew .264. .264 is 3 times the legal limit. The backlash concerning what happened next actually happened after Stephanie was sentenced, but I want to talk about it now because, well, I mentioned modus operandum of the internet being predominantly guilt by association. I say this because her family, Stephanie's, received vast amounts of criticism, abuse, hate, harassment, and her father spoke out about it. Her father, Patrick O'Brien, spoke about how the family had been inundated with hateful comments online because of the body cam footage being released. This was after she was sentenced. We're going to talk about it now though, because I think it's relevant to reference just how much this had, well, rather negatively been received. First of all, he blasted the keyboard warriors, claiming they sit behind the keyboard, post pictures of the family and defame the family's character, and argued that his family shouldn't have to pay for the crime committed by his daughter. Quote, "Our daughter did a horrible thing and will pay for it. The rest of my family did nothing." Via a Facebook post, he did share pictures of the family. He did talk about this issue, saying, "I've had enough. This is just one of the examples of the harassment our family is going through right now. The rest of my family did nothing. Hell, her brother is serving right now so these cowards can sit behind a keyboard and post pictures of our family and defame our character. We grieve with Paul and Andrea's family and are so sorry what our daughter did to them. We can't be sorry enough. The harassment has to stop though. Quick like." And I agree with this. Stephanie Melgoza committed the crimes, not her family. Sure, we can criticize how she was raised, but at the age of 24, she is a fully grown adult. All choices she made are on her. It is not the fault of those that raised her or those that support her. It is entirely her and her alone. And it is with that spirit in mind we go to the trial aspect. Stephanie Melgoza, inmates number 166, entered a blind plea, or one without any agreement, to 2 counts of aggravated DUI and 2 counts of aggravated reckless driving. The plea meant she faced at least 6 years, up to 28 years behind bars. Kevin Sullivan, Stephanie Melgoza's attorney, said, "I believe it was in my client's best interest that she had to admit that she was in the wrong, and we have the utmost respect to maintain the dignity of the people who died in this tragic accident. I hope the court will take into consideration all of my client's positive attributes she has exhibited throughout her life in reaching what is a fair yet appropriate sentence in this case." I have never up to this point ever heard of a blind plea, so after a quick little look, a blind plea is a plea before a judge without any restriction other than the statutory maximum on the punishment. This is entered when the defense and the state cannot come to an agreement on the proper punishment. A blind plea is different from a standard plea bargain. In standard plea bargains, the defense attorney and the prosecuting attorney agree on a guilty plea for the accused, and in exchange the prosecuting attorney recommends a lighter sentence. A blind plea is accompanied by no such agreement, which leaves it to the judge to set the sentence. Which is handy because entering this plea means the judge gets free rein. As she pled blind, essentially guilty anyway, she admitted wrongdoing, the sentence for inmate number 166 is 14 years in prison. She will have to serve 85% of that before she is eligible for parole. But for any chance to get probation, she must show extraordinary circumstances as to why a judge should not send her to prison. I think that meant probation, by the way. The article might have written it wrong because the next sentence says that's different from most crimes, as the burden is on Melgoza to show why she should get probation, unless I completely do not understand this because America. During sentencing, Stephanie Melgoza expressed remorse for her actions by saying, "I am so sorry for everything, and I will never ever commit anything like that again. I have not drank since that day. I do not plan on drinking ever again. I want to try to do something positive to make a difference. Speak about this and then warn others about the dangers that come with drinking." Well, you've got close to 12 years to work it out, and try and be a force for good when you are released at the age of, well, close to 36. Congratulations. Now get in your cube.